today's podcast. One of the things I listened to Rob Wolf and Amber O'Hearn, and it was a great podcast. I highly suggest it. Great resource for the carnivore diet. But he talked about, and that was the whole reason I started this podcast, was how on Joe Rogan, Mikhaila Peterson was on there, and he was kind of a dick to her. He was a dick to her. Parts of it. And that's kind of what made me want to do this, is because it pissed me off. He was so just like dejecting of the whole thing and all self-righteous about exercise that it made me want to do it just to prove people wrong, and him. I mean, I'm not that he knows I'm even fucking doing it, but because that was one, like, he kept saying about, like, basically, you know, anybody should be able to just, no matter how depressed you are or sick you are, just be able to pull yourself up from your bootstraps and exercise and you'll feel better. And in theory, that's true, but the reality is, if you're not, when you're depressed or you physically feel like shit, like no energy, that's hard. And like, yeah, maybe if you could mentally or have someone forcing you, you could end up feeling better. But the whole point was, and that's what my point is, when you're eating good, you automatically already want to. Like, if you can change the eating part of it, it changes the whole fucking thing. It flips everything on its head. So it's not, you don't have to have fucking willpower, mental toughness, or whatever. That's great that you do, Joe, but not everybody has that, or nobody has. And a lot of times I see these, like him, Jocko Willink, they're great, fucking awesome people. But they also, like, they do whatever the fuck they want, too. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what she was saying, like, you know, you're feeling like shit, you're depressed, you work some shitty job, like he points out, all, you know, that you hate, you got kids, yeah, you're not going to the fucking gym for 3 hours, like, you know what I mean? You can't do that shit. So, but my point is, when he was talking to Mikhaila Peterson, and he kept saying this stuff about, like, you know, people are just lazy. Anybody can exercise. Your dad's just lazy, you know? And I mean, he might have not used those exact words, but it goes, but not you, because you were really sick. You know, because she had, like, life-threatening arthritis at one point. You know, like, basically she probably would have died if she just kept eating the way she was eating. And the doctors, you know, there was tests said, no, nothing's wrong with you. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, that's the whole point, is, you know, you know, except you were sick. That's the whole, and she changed her diet, and now she can exercise and feels like it. She has energy. She's not sick. She doesn't hurt. That's the whole point. That was her whole point, was like, if you change your diet, everything changes, and you can easily. And that was my point. I want to prove, it's like, it shouldn't be about willpower. Wanting to go for a walk or do some exercise that feels good shouldn't be this hard fucking thing. It is, because you're depressed and you're like, the whole world's different when you take all that shit off you get all the, you know. So that was my point. And I wanted to say thank you, Joe Rogan, because you pissed me off with that episode, and now I'm 7 days in the carnivore diet. I'm feeling good. I'm doing a podcast. I'm finally doing it. I've dabbled in it but never stuck to it, because I want to prove, like, people like him wrong. And, like, it reminds me of the doctors when I tell them I got asthma from wheat, and they're like, sure you do, you fucking crazy dude. Here's some Symbicort, you know, when it's obvious that that's what it is. But that, you know, like, that it could be something food related is just hilarious to them. And everybody's sick. Like, I know people with cancer, people dying. They all have, like, everybody's sick and dying and fat and depressed, and I think it's all what we're eating. So that's my goal, is to do it and be successful at it and show them that I could change, so they'll listen to me. So maybe I can change people that I know's lives for the better. And my daughter. So that was what I was thinking.